Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, we're going to be talking about the gun running DLC. It seems as if Rockstar have already started editing, tweaking, and fixing it, getting ready for it to launch whenever that's going to be in Grand Theft Auto Online. So today, or I guess when you guys are watching this, it's probably a day or two from now, Rockstar updated the QA beta builds of Grand Theft Auto Online. In fact, they've done it multiple times, and at the rate they're doing it now, could actually start to happen more and more and more. So what's actually funny is I captured it just 2 minutes after it occurring. So you can see the last record update was 2 minutes ago on March 30th, and we can also see when Rockstar have updated the other branches. Now, there's 3 of them that are important here. The first is the public branch. That is updated every time we get a new DLC. So when you log into Grand Theft Auto Online, we're all playing on that build right there. QA Beta and QA Beta 2 are the private branches that Rockstar developers can use to not only test out the new content, but also take screenshots and snapmatics to get it ready for the newswire, all sorts of stuff like that, so that we get it on day one, it isn't buggy or glitchy, or at least has as minimal issues as possible. And you can see QA Beta 2 was updated a day ago, and then QA Beta just 2 minutes ago, and they've been doing that a couple times over the last few days, and it's been making people wonder, what the heck is Rockstar doing? Are they already starting to test, edit, and build the gun running DLC? Or could this be something like a launcher update? We saw Rockstar do that a couple weeks ago before the Special Vehicle Circuit came out, when they would do like various random launcher updates for like the PC and whatnot. We didn't really know what that was for. Now, we do know that QA Beta and QA Beta 2, when it's updated, doesn't have anything to do with content that you currently see in the game right now. Those are on Rockstar's kind of private online, offline servers, if you can kind of see my air quotes there, where, like I said, the developers can test, edit, and build content without us seeing it. That's actually pretty cool. It could be a bunch of different things, but if the gun running DLC is as big as I think it's going to be, it wouldn't surprise me if Rockstar is already working on it, even though we've still got a lot of content from Special Vehicle Circuit to come out. We've still got 1 or 2 more adversary modes, maybe even 3, I think. We've got a new vehicle, the Turismo Classic, and then all the returning content as well that's going to be set to return. So we've still got about 3 to 4 to 5 weeks of this content from Special Vehicle Circuit, probably before we can even start thinking of gun running. However, with that in mind, I do want to have a really cool discussion with you guys. So there was a user on the GTA forum site, the Dust69, who actually did some pretty cool analysis of what Rockstar has confirmed so far. And I figured I would talk about it because I'm pretty excited about gun running, and especially if that QA beta update has to do with the gun running DLC, I mean, it's just gotten me that much more excited. So let's talk about only what has been confirmed so far by Rockstar. So the first thing is the headline of the paragraph that they've teased: gun running and more coming later this spring and summer. It's probably the biggest question I'm asked. When is the gun running DLC going to be coming out? So right now it's the beginning of April, and because we've got about 4 or 5 weeks left of Special Vehicle Circuit content, I couldn't imagine this update coming out in either April or early May for that matter. The earliest I can see this coming out is late May, but the most likely month is June, because they say it's coming in spring and summer. And if you guys look at the calendar, spring goes all the way up until June 22nd. So if Rockstar released gun running in the beginning of June, they could release the tunables content from gun running, and it would go into the summer, thus doing exactly what they said, gun running and more coming later this spring and summer. So that's going to be my guess, sometime in June. Now, I also found this pretty interesting. This comes from a user Exiled on the GTA forum site. You can see the release dates of not only the updates, but the days in between them. So for example, it was 28 days from Ill-Gotten Gains Part 1 to Part 2, which wasn't that long at all. You can see from Cunning Stunts to Bikers, it was 84 days. From Bikers to Import-Export, it was 70 days. From Import-Export to Cunning Stunt Special Vehicle Circuit, it was 91 days. And if gun running is the next update, which is what we're all expecting it to be, it would be 84 days between March 14th and June 6th, which is a Tuesday, and that's again kind of where I'm predicting it would come out. So what's interesting is we've never gone longer than 91 days without a new downloadable update, and I highly doubt that Rockstar would go any longer than that with Gunrunning, so that's why I'm assuming early June is going to be a really good bet here. The rest of the paragraph is stock up and bunker down as you take on the craziest militias across the state of San Andreas, and another massive update for Grand Theft Auto Online featuring brand new weaponized vehicles and exciting new missions. Get ready to fight for supremacy in the illegal arms trade and wage war with the latest and high-powered military hardware. So let's break this down. The first sentence, stock up and bunker down. Now that part is probably a direct reference to the icons that FunMW2 has found hidden within the game. The 3 bullets that you can see on the left, those are probably what stock is, and those are icons that'll most likely appear on the radar for your organization when you're involved and for rival players in a public session. So rival players might be able to take those supplies and they might be able to bring them to their own bunkers or other locations on the map to scrap them, almost like you could do with the vehicle cargo from import-export. Whereas the bunker down, I'm imagining, is going to represent the bunkers or hangars that you can see on the right, and that's going to be the new type of warehouse to source the gun running missions or store new military vehicles, hopefully customize them as well, and possibly where we could have our weapons stored ready to sell, hence obviously the word gun running. The next bit is as you take on the craziest militias across the state of San Andreas. Now, this is most likely a reference to Merryweather and probably missions where you're either ambushing them or neutralizing them to acquire new equipment, armed vehicles, weapon supplies for your bunker, kind of similar to what we do with the CEO stuff, finance and felony, and to a lesser degree, import-export. And that last line across the state of San Andreas really points to the focus of the northern deserts of the map, where it's likely the majority of these bunkers are located. I would guess areas like Palito Bay, Sandy Shores, and Blaine County. The next line after that is in another massive update for Grand Theft Auto Online. So Rockstar have used the word massive updates for about 3 or 4 we've seen so far. Predominantly, it's been bikers, import-export, cunning stunts, and finance and felony, which oddly enough has been the last 4 out of 5 DLCs. So I would imagine since this update is going to be huge, it's not only going to have what we just talked about before, but it's going to include new clothing, weapons, supply missions, vehicles, huge gameplay features, properties for new businesses, and I'm sure there's going to be new organizations and just a general overall theme that is added into GTA Online with this update. So I definitely think this is going to be huge. Again, hence why Rockstar could already be working on it, making edits, tweaks, and fixes. The next thing they say is featuring brand new weaponized vehicles and exciting new missions. So most of the weaponized vehicles we have in the game right now are Pegasus. So based on that, and based on the fact that most of these are going to be weaponized, it'll be interesting to see how we get the vehicles in the game. Are we going to have to complete a variety of gun running missions that will give us the opportunity to acquire these weapons or acquire these vehicles? I'm really not too sure. What I could see working is you get a call very similarly to the way your assistant works. So they could say, hey boss, we got an opportunity for a rare special cargo item. And then when you complete it, you either get the vehicle or get the weapon that is associated with it. Very similar to the way the import-export special vehicle missions work. I'm sure that Rockstar could also offer like a discount for them as well. Moving on though, the next line is get ready to fight for supremacy in the illegal arms trade. So arms trading business to me basically just sounds like the sale of weapons that you collect as cargo. I'm imagining you're going to just collect a bunch of weapons, and then when you want to go sell them, you sell them all at the end. You can stock them up in your bunker. And what's cool is Merryweather or other NPCs might actually try and like ambush your base or try and retrieve the stolen cargo, which could actually be cool. It would be like a dynamic way that you'd have to maintain and uphold your business. And the last line is, and wage war with the latest and high-powered military hardware. So I'm imagining this is Rockstar's focus in saying that this is going to be highly revolved around free mode. And free mode is basically where we're going to have a bunch of player versus player, maybe even player versus NPC combat, gaining full access to these new military vehicles and the way that our organizations are going to work. Very similar to the way we have for the special vehicles, the finance and felony, and the biker stuff. So needless to say, if you thought free mode was pretty hectic right now, just wait till this gun running DLC comes up. Can you imagine what it's going to be like with, let's say, another Hydra, another Buzzard, you know, so many other armored and weaponized vehicles? I really do hope that Rockstar don't just turn this into like a black market simulator where everyone's roaming around with these new military vehicles. I'm sure it'll be like that for the start of the gun running DLC, but I think it will eventually kind of simmer down a little bit because all of this is going to be so cool and everyone is going to want to get their hands on that. So bottom line, based off of Rockstar's first reveal, which isn't a lot, I think the Gunrunning DLC is going to be similar in terms of the blueprint of other updates, but is going to debut a fresh set of cargo selling missions as the underlying main theme. And from this, I bet we're going to have a third organization, likely called militias or armies, that will go along with our new business ventures and military likeness. Obviously, there's going to be new vehicles, there's going to be new weapons. I'm hopeful that there's going to be clothing and tattoos and great features and a whole bunch of other stuff that we can likely expect soon. And until Rockstar updates the newswire with something along the lines of Gunrunning coming soon, really that's all they've given us. And based off of what they've done in the past, especially for import-export, my best guess is the one paragraph teaser that we've gotten so far is going to be the only thing we get until that Gunrunning is coming soon, and then it will arrive. It's very similar to what they did with bikers, very similar to what they did with import-export, and I would imagine that's exactly what they would do here. As we've gotten more and more updates, Rockstar have given us less and less information. Do you guys remember back in like Finance and Felony, and even way back then, they would do like multiple newswires talking about all the things that are coming out, and the trailers would even release before the update, but that hasn't occurred in about 3 to 4 DLCs ever since Bikers, so I doubt we're going to get something like that also. And literally, as I was making this video, QA beta updated again. So it now happened 6 minutes ago. I literally just hit refresh as I was making this video. I was like, I'm curious to see if anything else was updated. So Rockstar are literally updating this like every 15 minutes or so. So it's pretty crazy to see what they're doing. I'll be sure to keep you guys updated if anything comes out from this, or if, like I said, they're just doing some sort of interesting changes for like a launcher update or something along those lines. But I'll be sure to keep you guys updated, like I said, if there is anything new or important. If you guys did go and enjoy this one though, or are hyped just like me for the Gunrunning update, be sure to drop a like on this video. That would be awesome. And subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.